Hey everybody, how's it going? This is PreMarket Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, and Mitch Hotch wrapping up the week, and then we can all go get a drink. Joel, how's it going today?
Got a new fridge.
Okay, great, great, great. It's all about the little
I
things.
I shorted the Sears delivery. I
Yeah.
went long to Home Depot delivery,
Okay.
and we got it within 5 days.
There we go. There we go.
So just got bit installing that. Not a great day for the markets. We tried to rally. We tried to get on change today, and no can do. We were turned back. We didn't even make the pre-market high of 77 and a quarter, which was right under the close of 79.50. We sniffed a 3,700 handle, and that's the first time we've been under 3,700 in quite some time. You need to go back to Huh. Oh, 36.85.50. What do you know? You matched your, what was that? No, January 6th low? Yep, there you go. You matched your January 6th low and rebounded nicely. We'll see what happens into the close. We know a lot of things can happen in the final hour. Trying to get some data here. Oh, I got a 30-second chart up. Am I crazy? What am I doing with that? Let me change it to a 15-minute chart. Crude's not having a bad day, down only 13 cents at 52.19. Gold all over the map, but that's still in the green. That's up 860 at 1849.80. You have silver. It's doing a lot better. That's up 4% at 27.035. And Bitcoin looked like it was just going to go kiss 40,000. Turned back at 39,100. We are $4,000 off that. Wow, that's volatile. We're still up though,
Yeah.
$2,275 at 35,065. So, if anybody cares about the futures markets, that's what we got going on this afternoon. So, where would you like to go in
Well,
the equities
the one
markets?
thing that's interesting here, Joel, is like you can look at some of these charts now, some of these crazy ones from the week, and you can at least start to say something intelligent about them technically, and like at least start to try to read the chart because you look at it like AMC. Let's look at AMC for example. AMC is very clearly consolidating today, right? It's still swept up in the madness. You still can't really buy it on a lot of platforms, and if you can, your buying is limited. It's not really a fair market, but at least on the chart, it is doing what these things tend to do after a while, which is the moves get smaller and the volume gets lighter, and that's what's happening today.
I bet you the volume's still pretty good though, right? I bet you.
Well, yeah, I
Let me
mean,
take. Well, no. No, that's an important point. I just wanna get the after hours charts up here. Man, my computer
volume I
is.
have. I mean, sure, it's still through the roof. It's a little over half a billion shares, 566 million shares. So yeah, volume still through the roof.
How does that compare to the other days? Let's look at here. I'll bring it
I'll,
up
I'll
for
tell
you.
you exactly. There was on
It's as big
Wednesday.
as yet. Oh, look at Wednesday.
That's what I was saying. Wednesday is 1.2 billion. Today's half that. So
Yeah, yeah. So, but you're bringing up a very good point, and that is, where you're gonna have to get this thing back over 2036, man. You're gonna need some buyers, right? Because there's a lot of people stuck, above 16. Well, that closed that day at 1990. So if you took it home long that day, you didn't even have a shot on this one because it gapped down to 1650. But well, I'll give you some. I mean, look at that. Thursday's high 1650. Today's high 16. So there you go. Let's call it 16. I'll call it 16. I mean, if I'm sure a lot of people will be looking for 16. That's your major resistance. Really, you only have one low in this area, 1160. It did test it a couple times. But what you have now is you just have computers just battling it out for pennies and nickels and dimes. If you think you're going to get another vacuum move up to 2036, hey, I've been wrong before, but man, it's grinding, man. And you're going to need, a lot of stock to get that back up to 2036 because
yeah,
overhead supply. But
yeah.
man, I mean, 20 no, 20 next week, maybe 16, 16 and a quarter first,
Don't
first
know.
things first. Tailing off into the close a little bit. GME is still having a darn good day. That's up $126.40. Let's see what we got. I just got the E without the G and the M. Let's look at this chart. Dennis predicted an inside day yesterday, and boy, he was right. Good number on the downside for GME. Look at this low on Tuesday. 249 and then 250 today. So there's your gatekeeper right there. 250. Who knows what it can do if it breaches 250. And I'm gonna stick. You guys know I like to stick to my closes, and I'm gonna stick with my exit of my final position on Wednesday.
What was that?
347.51.
That's your bogey.
Yeah, I mean it closes above. I don't care if it goes to 1,000 because
it's just like when you bought Bitcoin in 2017, 20,
Yep.
whatever year Bitcoin went bananas. You bought, you made some money, you got out, and that was it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with making money and calling it a day, and that's what you did. So
yeah, I mean, am I going to try and rebuy this thing? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Am I going to buy puts in it? Absolutely not. The premiums are just jacked. So, and I can't take credit for it. I keep saying it was my nephew Hayden and Lisa. It wasn't me. I was a little nervous on the exit. I will say that. But you want to talk about some real stocks? Because I think we had the pre-market prep show today, and we did not talk about one stock.
Okay, so here is a quote-unquote real one where fundamentals actually do seem to matter. All right, we have not talked about anything else for the last 3 days, right? But sometimes, apparently, fundamentals do make a difference. The stock I'm referring to right now is EHTH. This is eHealth. And they gave guidance this morning. And the guidance they gave was not good. It was much lower than the estimate. It was much lower than what they said it would be in October. And so here you see, for the first time, I guess maybe all week, we are discussing a stock that is moving based on a fundamental thing happening to the business, nothing to do with supply and demand dynamics.
Boring.
Okay. This one's real. This is real. This is not being manipulated. This is moving off of a headline. This is basically why you guys started the show in the first place. Let's talk about these kinds of moves that happen in the pre-market when all the news comes out. I mean, this is normal.
I don't think I'm stepping out on any limb here. You're still going down, right? You're not going down with this is the last bar of the pre-market. So you just had, I don't know if it was a short seller or someone wanted out of a long, but this was just, you had the thrasher out there, right? And then you opened up for the regular session and everyone's like, oh, buy the dip. Open 63, we go to 66, and then the sellers just emerged again. So we're not going down quite with the same pace that we did earlier. You are finding some buyers. Who knows? Maybe just someone with shorts. The evil shorts are out there covering their shorts. Or, some people that, hey, if this gets under 50, I want to get long. So there are a couple different dynamics going on. Got to go to the monthlies on this. And you had a monthly low at 49.19. That was April of 2019. And you are below that today. So see what happens. I mean, this is really the, what is this, the second day here? Yeah, well, it got hit yesterday. That might have been Mr. Market. So still the 2-day move. I just don't like it closing so much near the lows. But buyers you're finding some buying interest here since 1 o'clock here from 48 to 50. Whether it's enough to turn the stock around. Personally, I wouldn't be taking it home long or short. We'll see if it can stabilize.
Hey, you know what? Should anybody be taking anything home, long or short, this weekend? There's an argument to be made that you should be flatter than flat. Maybe people are trying to get flat right now. I don't know. I would be afraid if I had any trades on. I would be pretty damn terrified to take anything home over the weekend.
Well, you do. Don't you take your portfolio home every night?
No, that's long-term stuff. I don't care about
Okay,
that.
okay.
I'm not care
I
about
don't
that.
care about that. The market
I'm talking
always
about.
goes up,
I'm talking
right?
about. I'm talking about like if I started BlackBerry, I'd be terrified of holding that through the weekend. If I had, I make other trades every so often, and if I had anything, I'd be afraid. But I feel like.
You know what? The only thing I would say on something like that
Yep.
is if it's going your way, it's one thing. If it's not going your way, if
Yeah.
it's going your way, then you're riding the wave and you're locking in profits. If it's not going against you, then it turns into the hope trade. And then you just can't hang out and party on the weekends. You're worried about your position. So
Yeah.
whatever makes you sleep at night, but don't
That's
let
it.
it, if it got beyond, if you bought an AMC at 14 and you thought it was going to $21 today and it didn't, and you had your parameters set, then don't deviate. And if you've been kicking buck in these stocks all week, then continue to do it. Stick with your trading patterns. Today is not a day to deviate from what you've been doing and what makes you successful.
Great point. Great point. Hey, I just wanted to share this. The Wall Street Journal had a really good story. They interviewed the guy who was sort of at the heart of all this craziness. The guy who first posted his long thesis, his long GameStop thesis, I guess back in 2018. And the irony of all this is I think I saw he's a CFA. He has his
That's not the article I saw.
he has a CFA license.
The guy on Reddit?
Yeah, he holds a chartered financial analyst designation.
Okay.
That's the irony of all this is and I remember seeing that he posted a long thesis, a well thought out long thesis based on the fundamentals of GameStop, and as people are want to do, and it snowballed into this craziness. But it all started with a fundamental long thesis on the stock, and then fast forward a few months and here we are. All right, 3:53. Let's do some ticker time. If you have any tickers, drop them into the chat, and we'll take a look. We haven't done that too much this week.
We haven't done that at all.
Yeah, we've been caught up in our own.
Did we not talk about one stock today? Was that it? As far as
I don't know what there would have been to talk about. I really like
Tesla. We did. I don't even look at that. Okay, so we have.
Okay,
we have 7 minutes.
Let's look at
good
Apple.
stocks, folks.
Let's look at
don't
Apple.
be telling me no penny stocks. Okay?
Apple's a good stock.
It's not acting very good today. This one I looked at it yesterday, and boy, it had a big run into the report, right? So look what it did into the report. You had a run from, wow, I didn't think it would be that much profit taking. I put this up yesterday. You had a run from 127. You made that all-time high. People got a little nervous, right, ahead of the report and started selling it. So what stands between this and these lows at 126, 127? I don't know. A lot will have to depend on market dynamics, but pretty big haircut for Apple here after a good report. You filled the gap from here, which is good. If you're looking for some next levels, 128.55 was a low on the 20th. And then the recent lows of the move are right 120. Ooh, a pair of lows right at 127. So it's where it looks, where it's going now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the analysts are doing on this one. But just this one's just a little too fast ahead of the report. And the one thing that I was looking for earlier in the week was how did the street react to these good reports, right?
Yeah.
And Microsoft. I mean, but it's hard to say that was it because you had other dynamics. Microsoft, pretty much lower than it was the day of the report. Facebook, pretty much lower than the day of the report. Yeah. Tesla, pretty much lower than the day of the report. So that's the trend that we're seeing so far here in earnings season. But once again, you have a tumultuous market and a lot of other dynamics affecting it. But right now, because we look for trends and we try and spot things going right now, it's been sell the pop. What about, look at this. What about this pop to sell on earnings?
Oh, GE? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I was going to point you to GS after, but yeah, GE.
Oh, yeah. Financial, you know what? Great point. The financials started it.
Yeah, they did.
The big dog started it.
They
J.P.
did.
Morgan. Look what
They
that
did.
did. That hit a new all-time high the day before its earnings report.
Yeah.
The day before, and an all-time closing high, and it had a great report. Now this one, it's starting to slow down, going down a little bit. But if I'm looking at for a swing long or something, I don't know if this is the exact area that I'm picking, but we'll see. It's not going down as fast, and actually, the last couple days, it's been kind of been hanging in there. So on a relative, showing a little relative strength here, but boy, it showed a lot of relative weakness here when the market was blasting the new all-time highs and this was going down. So different dynamics for different stocks.
Yeah, and then we were asked about Goldman Sachs, is why I brought that up. But yeah, it's the exact same chart. Looks exactly the same. Just one of those things.
Yep. Oh, that's slowing down. A couple lows in the same area. Let's look at Banklet right there. Bank America, a couple lows in the same area. Lows
same.
here. Wells Fargo. That one, hey, actually that 30 level filled the last couple gaps in it. Trying to find some support here, but good point.
Okay, what about AMD? I saw a report that there was some buying limits on AMD today. There's a lot of limits on Robinhood
Really?
today.
On AMD?
That's
On AMD, not AMC or AMB or AME. AMD?
That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. It's spread. There's a lot of
Really?
AMD. I think I saw Moderna on there. I don't remember who else I saw, but
wow. I'll pass on that.
Well, we'll go back to AMD. You'll pass on AMD. Okay, go back.
No. I'm AMD. I'll just pass on all these stocks.
Yeah.
Not allowing you to buy.
Yeah.
I mean, that. What do they do off this good report, Spencer Israel?
It's
what's it done since a good report?
Yeah, it's the same.
You almost don't want you almost want your company to come out with a bad report now,
or no report at all. Yeah,
right?
You asked me before we came on when AMC reports, and they haven't announced it yet. So I don't.
Should we buckle down here? Give maybe one more symbol. We're going into the last minute of trading here. One more quick symbol.
Ford. Richard Judge says Ford. He thinks Ford's a good buy right now.
What did? Yeah. Oh, the 1 day trade buy. What firm was that? Wrong.
That was let me go into the Benzinga Pro.
You know what, Richard? Ford will give you a couple shots. It will give you a couple shots. So let's see if it. I looked at it today when it was coming down, and I just didn't have anything at the 1050 area to lean on. So here you got. I don't know if it's going to get down to this low here at 1019 in that area, but Ford will give you a couple shots. I don't think you have to go out there and lifting offers on that. If I let Ford come to you here. So let's go to the S&Ps here. We did see some sell imbalances. And, I never like to go to a 1 minute chart, but just for the thrill of it over the weekend, because unless you're trading Bitcoin, boom. Man, look at that move. You were just over almost at 37.30. You just ticked on the 1 minute chart, and believe me, I'm not trading off the 1 minute chart here. You got a little bit of support here, and it looks like it's breaching it. Closing near the lower quadrant for the week, which is not good. Funny things can happen over the weekend, and I'll be giving you guys an update on Sunday night what's going on. We just had another wave of selling. Everyone is getting out of the pool. I don't think we're going to see this 36.85.50, but that's going to be a bogey to keep an eye on overnight. Continued selling here into the close, 3,700 maybe. We'll see that. I just see an 01 tick. So, all right, guys. Oh, back up at 37.12. A lot of 17. Wow. This thing, and that was just a 1 minute bar there, folks. So a lot of volatility over there. I hope everyone navigated the week well. I hope we helped you out.
I hope so too. Everyone hit that like button, show us some love. We tried our best to stay with you this week. It was a week that no one has ever experienced before, so we're gonna strap in and do it again on Monday, I suppose. But everyone, hit that like button, hit
We'll try to talk
subscribe.
about some more stocks. We'll try to cover one or two more stocks.
That
Who's
would
our
be
guest on Monday?
that would be ideal. Oh man, great guest on Monday, Joe Saluzzi
Joe
from
Saluzzi.
Themis Trading, and he's the guy that taught like Dennis and Tim
Market
Quast.
structure.
He's their teacher, so it's gonna be a good one. I'm so hyped for that on Monday because Joe knows his stuff.
I stole the name of his book for my article today, Broken Markets. It will, guys. I did a longer article today during this chaos. It will be out over the weekend on Benzinga.com.
All right, everyone, have a good weekend. Stay safe. We'll talk to you on Monday morning.